Rain is seasonal natural occurrence that replenishes life on Earth. According to environmental experts, rains, which are droplets from atmospheric vapor, are caused by moisture moving along dimensions of temperature known as weather fronts. Basically, rains come in different forms, ranging from drizzles, ice pellets, hails, snow, ice crystals, and torrents. Through time and seasons, rain is a beauty to behold, but also, in some circumstances, a burden to bear. Rain, when it occurs, whether heavy or sparse, in torrents or drizzles, has profound impact on life and living. It is an element of nature. Individuals and entities factor into organizing their activities, ranging from social engagements, work or business schedules, government or corporate programs, to travel arrangements, and even warfare. The impact of rain is quite phenomenal globally, making rain forecasting almost an essential meteorological routine around the world. It plays a huge and critical role in the water cycle, not only for fresh water, but also as a key component of the ecosystem. Regions and nations across the world have varying seasonal cycles of rainfall. Some are longer or heavier than others. For Nigeria and most of the tropics, it runs March, April through October, November annually. Whichever and however it comes, navigating the rains is a constant task at all levels across streams of activities. In healthcare, transportation, agriculture, education, governance, social engagements, military or security operations, crime control, sports and recreation, tourism and trade, construction and urbanization, rain is a crucial consideration. Each and all sectors design and plan constantly how to wade in and navigate through the rains as effectively and efficiently as possible, with the aim of scaling down to the barest minimum hitches often associated with rain. In several climes, there are set standards and activities specific to the rainy season. Countries like the Netherlands, that is 26% below the sea level and experiences almost year-long rainfall, has learned to live with water just as the coastal region of Nigeria. In some cases, rain is harvested and preserved for later use in agriculture, industry, and domestic activities. Rain, when not properly navigated and controlled, can have series of serious negative effects. Flood is at the top of the impact of the natural calamities that can occur when an overflow of water submerges land that is usually dry. Flooding is often caused by heavy rainfall, rapid snow meltdown, or a storm surge from a tropical cyclone or tsunami in coastal areas. Between 1998 to 2018, floods affected more than 2 billion people in the world. People who live in floodplains or non-resistant buildings, warning systems, and awareness of flooding hazards are most vulnerable to flood. Floods can cause widespread devastation, resulting to the loss of lives and the destruction of properties. In China, between June and August 1931, there were a series of floods that occurred, hitting major cities like Wuhan, Nanjing, and beyond, which resulted to death toll of as high as 4 million people. Also in 2011, a string of countries, Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar, Vietnam, Laos, and Malaysia, experienced heavy flooding with death tolls nudging some 2,838 people. Several properties were lost to the flood that washed away and sacked several communities in the Southeast Asian nations. Similarly, in 2018, East African floods caused significant damages in countries like Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, Ethiopia, Somalia, Djibouti, and Burundi. All were affected, and millions of people felt the negative impact of the flood that recorded more than 500 deaths. That disastrous situation in East Africa in March of 2018 followed excessive rainfall not properly managed. The fallout, in ironic contrast, was droughts and landslides. In Nigeria, a state of emergency was declared in 2018 after flood caused by heavy rainfall affected several states across the nation, with Kogi, Niger, Anambra, Delta, and Ondo states being the worst hit. Over 200 lives were lost and many thousands displaced in that incident. Worldwide, in 2020 alone, flood killed 66 people in Indonesia, 70 in Brazil, 145 in India, 219 people in China, 68 in Japan, 60 in Nepal, 172 in Yemen, and 102 in Sudan. Gory details that usually trail weak or inadequate responses to the consequence of rain is sour point in many parts of the world. This explains the kind of heightened concerns across regions of the world with the onset of each rainy season. Mud and landslides commonly occur during prolonged heavy rainfall yearly in most parts of the world, especially the parts with heavy rainfall. Tropical countries, and in some cases temperate regions where residual soil prevails, are usually casualties of the situation. Landslides can block rivers and lead to flood. Globally, rainfall-induced landslides have claimed scores of lives and caused massive losses to economies in multiple billion-digit dollars, leaving behind damages to properties, bodily injuries, and loss of lives. The resource loss of water supply, fisheries, marine lives, sewage disposal systems, forests, dams, and roadways can linger in effect for years. In the US, the most frequent and widespread damaging landslides are caused by prolonged or heavy rainfall. Most rainfalls-induced landslides are shallow, small, and move rapidly. Many transform into debris flow as they travel down steep slopes, especially those that enter stream channels where they mix with water. There have also been cases of landslides in the southern region of Nigeria that have taken lots of lives and caused damages to properties. Many dams in the country were built 50 to 100 years ago and do not have the capacity to handle intense climate change. Experts say, for instance, when storms happen and rain intensifies, the dam cannot handle the overflow and destruction of lives and properties follow. A reference case was in 2012 when water from Lagdu Reservoir in Cameroon flooded areas including Adamawa State in northeast Nigeria. It was not properly diverted and managed, and there were massive losses of both lives and properties. This generated advocacy that dams be constructed with more refined and sophisticated weather-resistant technologies constantly supervised. In a country like Nigeria, where energy and other essentials like agriculture and rain-fed and rain-dependent, the rainy season carries with it additional hazards and cause for concern. Risky as it already is, but electricity can be even more harmful during rainfall, with electrical sparks and shocks that can kill people and damage appliances. Reason is that water is a conductor of electricity and where there is heavy rainfall, there can be reactions. Another serious energy-related consequence of rain, especially in climes such as Nigeria and other developing countries, are power cuts and prolonged outages that come with severe spin-off issues for security, crime control, business and household costs, as well as higher charges for services. Then again, rain is a lead cause of what is termed as seasonal affective disorder, SAD, also known as monsoon depression or Down syndrome. This is a mood disorder characterized by depression that occurs at the same time of every year. Seasonal affective disorder occurs in climates where there is less sunlight at certain times of the year. During rainy season, the weather darkens and becomes cloudy, and this triggers this disorder and puts people with it at risk. Rain therefore bears its own health challenges, both for the authorities and for individuals, with heavy rain strain on healthcare budgets. Light therapy can be used as immediate treatment for this disorder, since light rays boost and elevate moods. Hospitals and other medical facilities are stretched to the limit to attend to patients of accidents which may occur as a result of slippery roads, illness caused by cold like pneumonia, asthma, and other related conditions. Rain can be properly navigated and disasters that result from it avoided if necessary measures are in place. Rainwater harvesting, for instance, has proven an effective containment strategy. It involves the collection and storage of rainwater for future purposes. Rainwater harvesting is one of the simplest and oldest forms of preserving water, especially for regions that do not experience enough rainfall, like the Antarctica. Rainwater harvesting is used in urban agriculture. It reduces the effect of runoff rain and flooding. The combination of urban green rooftops with rainwater catchments has also proven effective at reducing temperatures in dwellings by more than 1.3 degrees Celsius. Countries like Kenya and Australia harvest rainwater for use in toilets, laundry, irrigation, farming, and drinking. Several Caribbean countries have further shown that rain harvesting significantly reduces poor agricultural yields and also lowers the risk of soil erosion during high rainfall. In countries like China, Argentina, and Brazil, rainwater harvesting is used to provide drinking water, domestic water, water for livestock, and a way to replenish groundwater levels. While in Thailand, about 40% of the rural population use rainwater harvesting, promoted heavily by the government since the 1950s. In Germany, Frankfurt Airport has a huge rainwater harvesting system that saves about 1 million cubic meters of water yearly, collected in 6 storage tanks in the airport basement with a storage capacity of 100 cubic meters. The water collected is mainly used for toilet flushing, watering plants, and cleaning air conditioning systems. The use of detention basins is another strategic option. Such detention basins are surface storage facilities that provide flow control through attenuation of storm water runoff. The forest method can also be used in rainwater harvest, where rain is channeled to the forest to avoid flooding of some places. This provides fresh water for the forest and helps avert disasters. Good hygiene and sanitary practices such as avoiding blocking drainages and waterways can equally be of huge help in navigating through the rains.